let me zoom you out like that and get the laptop going. And all right, good morning, Patty. This is what we're working on. You love the big cat. My, yeah, finished one. Yeah, it turned out really good. We'll get a lot of people here and see if they want me. I already clear coated it. I still got to buff it out. So we'll see what everybody decides if they want me to go ahead and do a video of me getting this all ready for buffing and that, which will take no time. But we're doing ink on this one right now. I've been doing some ink work. Uh, what's going on here? Yeah, that turned out really good. It was quick. I'm surprised I'm done already. I didn't think I would be done this quick on that one. Turned out really good. My head hit the camera. But yeah, that turned out really good. Got the hairs in, got the whiskers and stuff like that. Made it all look hair with his head turned and everything. Yeah, everybody likes that. I finally got rid of the frog painting. My niece has got her painting of the girl in the stained glass. She's got that, and I got permission. I'll download it onto Instagram and Facebook. I got permission now. The guy got the tow truck I did, the what is it, the Model A tow truck I did for the one guy who was giving it to his friend. He absolutely loves it. They called me. He called me yesterday, and they said he gave me permission to go ahead and post the finished product of that. So I will post that again. Post that up. So I'm on this one. Like I said, I'm shooting ink around right now. I got Ink Flingers ink right here, Timothy John Luke's ink. Right now I'm working with the light mixture, but we're going to do the ink. It's been a while since I've done the ink and that. We'll shoot the ink in. That way, when I come back around with the color and that, the colors will be darker and stuff like that, like how it is there. You see where I got that? So we'll just throw the ink around first to darken some of these spots up and everything to get it looking good. And but this one's going pretty. And I'm doing. I did do the drawing on here with the pencil and everything. You know, the pencil technique. I did do that, and then I had to go when I did the back of it, the pencil on the back of the paper, and then trace it with the ink pen. It didn't come out as dark as I wanted it to on here. So then I had to go back around and pencil in the areas a little bit more. So that took a while to do that. So we're at this stage where I could throw the ink around and that. It's looking good. So hopefully everything going all right with you, Patty. Let me know if you could hear all right and the picture looks good for you. That uh, I'm not sure what painting I'm going to do. Oh, I know what painting I'm going to do after this painting. I get it done. I'm going to go ahead with I got a statue. Let me go get that. I'll be right back. All right. I have a statue. See the statue of the Indian and that. I'm going to do him. I'm going to do a painting with him on it. But I'm not doing him that way. I'm going to do the back of him. I want the back of him, but I'm going to do him playing the flute. He's going to be. I'm going to do a painting with him playing the flute, and then him looking out into the sunset. He's looking in the sunset out at the mountain area. So I'll have him looking out in the mountain area playing the flute. It'll be just a silhouette of him. I think that's going to be a cool painting to do that next after this one. Because I want to do a sunset scenery in that. I'm trying to play play with the background. I want to play with backgrounds a lot more also in my paintings and that. Yeah, well, it's that's good, Patty, that you're challenging yourself on the art and that. That's what we have to do if we want to get really better or not. We have to challenge ourselves. This is a challenging part. I mean, right now I have not used any stencil at all. I've been doing it all by the airbrush alone. And this the this airbrush has been really good. I've been loving it, and it sprays the ink really good. I'm loving it. Loving it. I just put what I do is I use Timothy's ink, and I'm just using the one right now, and that's the light mixture, and it's already looking dark enough for me when I go to do the other colors, so I don't have to mess with it as much. Uh, I add just like a couple drops of water, and that's it. I add the water in the gun first, and then I add the ink over top of it and hold it off to the side and shake the paint or airbrush with my finger over the hole and that. So we'll get back into it. And like I try to watch how the shadow lines and everything are. So when I do the airbrush, I come in. It's like you got shadows down here. It's a straight line, but you have them right there by the cement. So it's like right there. That's what I need to, because I have the dark right there. So it's kind of dark down here, but not as dark as what I have there on his kilt or whatever you call it. Yeah, this one got major details. But yeah, this airbrush is really good with details too. The Evolution CR Plus from H&S. I want to break out some of the other guns and try doing this little details also with the ink. I might break out Awada, the Awada Eclipse. I have that paint gun. I was trying to be keep use different guns keep my uh to keep me active with um, shooting the guns, so I can get better finger control or control with the airbrush. Because that's the whole goal when you're doing artwork, and that is have control of your tools that you're using. So I'm using the airbrush, so I want to have really better control. I like to be able to put the lines down and stuff like that. And then right now I'm down here this low. I have this right here on here, and this will pop off of here. It's just a metal thing where I could take it and stick it right up there if I want. So I'm gonna take that away because it's bothering me with put that off to the side. Set it somewhere where it's out of the way. So now I come here and do that. I blow it off. Ooh, had a lot of mess on there. The trigger never doesn't bother me at all, like how I'm doing it now. Oh, I gotta. What do I do with that? All right, let me use the back of your hand because the back of your hand barely has anything on it to keep your painting a little flat. I use the back. Your fingers will have more of the grease on it than the back of your hand, because you don't eat with the back of your hand. And of course, I did wash my hands beforehand. Yeah, you think it would be weird with that trigger design? To me, it feels like any normal airbrush. Only thing is, it's a .02 airbrush, and it gives you a lot more control. Kind of like a custom micron or whatever the heck you want to call it. But like I said, this ink that I'm spraying on here now, I can come back over it with the other paint. I'm just basically putting the ink on here so I could do the other colors, and it'll be like it's another layer on here. So when I come back with another layer of the Cretex paint, it'll be darkened and everything. It'll darken it up, whatever color you go over top of it with. Patty, you were working on this. You're finishing up the. I got that. Now I got underneath the step, that there. So that is that right there. Yeah. So keep going across the way. Really want to do this. Try to take out some of that pencil line. As you go along, you can take out your pencil line, and that way you don't have that in when you go darker. But you can also leave your pencil line in there, and that way you can leave your pencil line in there if you want, and you just use it as part of the painting. Have your line in a way. Because it won't be because you're not challenging yourself with the paint to make a line, or your paintbrush. If your paintbrush skill is not up to par, you could have that like that. See how that looks. There's a rug right there, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I can mess around with the little designs, so when I go to spray the color, some of the designs will be in on that rug. But I'm trying to keep with this person. I want to make sure I have all the dark areas around him that I need, like his arm and that. It's kind of dark in there. So we'll go there. Uh, right there is a red band. So that's all right there. But I want to go back where his arm is and darken that area up just a tad. Like I said, this is basically when I go to put color down, these areas will be a little darker. So I don't have to fight putting that color on there. This will darken these areas up. That's why it's good to spray your ink down, and then it'll darken that area up when you go to do your colors and stuff like that. Even like how I did around his face with the beard and that. Those areas will darken up. Alright, that was part of his arm. And you keep looking up to the painting and you'll see each area that you're doing. And it's the same way too, Patty. You like doing the Hot Wheel cars or them any of your model cars and that. If you want that model car to have the effect of the color being darker on the bottom side, go ahead and not spray. I don't know about doing ink on the model cars and that, but if you take a like your gray or something like that, and where the body line is going down on the side of the car, if you spray that bottom part of that body line, hit it with the gray first, and then do your color over it. That way you get that effect of a lighter color being on the bottom of the model car or something like that. You get the same this kind of effect to do on cars like that. Is what I'm trying to say. Do the same thing, but just shoot a gray down there, a light gray first, and then shoot your color over it. But it helps out for you in the long run when you do stuff like this on your model cars, Hot Wheel cars, stuff like that. Anything that you paint. If you want a color to be darker, shoot a gray down there and then shoot your color over top of it. It gives the same effect that we're doing here. If you're even on the wood, if you're doing the wood, your wood carving and stuff like that, you want that like if you're doing an animal on a wood carving and that, you want that body muscle that you carved around, you want that to be a little darker. You just do your light color gray, and that will give you the same effect. Because I do watch people doing their wood carving and stuff like that. Uh, I watch all kinds of artists. There ain't no one artist that I watch because I learn. You want to keep learning from everybody that you can, and you might pick up something that you never thought about doing. Learn, keep learning every day. Let's move this one. Like I said, I wanted to stay with him, but I want to go ahead and put the shadow effect down on these steps. Now this painting's, you can see where it stopped down here. Or I forget where I got this design from. Think I might have got it from a coloring book. I did get I like getting the coloring books. They have like different kinds. You have so many different coloring books to help you out in your artwork. Must be a beautiful day out there. That's this right here. So we go inside here. Kind of looks like cracks in the bottom of it. Now these lines, I could go ahead. Just lighten them up. They're too dark. Like I said, when I did this, I traced them a little heavier so I could pick them out. But we'll come over here and we'll lighten them up. Just as you get, keep your eraser handy. That way you can lighten everything up before you come in with your ink or your paint. But now when you come back over everything, you have it all painted. And now this will be your layer of your paint. Now come to this guy here. That's the cool thing about this is it's just going around picking your things up. Let's see, we're down here. So we'll just lighten these all up before I come in with the ink. Because there's going to be so many layers of paint and everything on here, you're not going to see as much of the pencil line as you think. But it's okay if you do see it. It's your painting. Right now, it's your painting until somebody buys it. Yeah, yesterday was around 60. Yeah, it's a little cool starting off. Like as soon as that sun goes down, things cool off a lot. It's that time of the year, but it's almost springtime, everybody. We get to go out and take. Cool thing about nowadays is where you have your phone, you could take pictures of a lot of different things and that. Now we download every picture that we can on our cameras. We take so many different pictures. Alright, so I'm working with this right here. I want to get the shadows and everything. A lot of different things. So Hey, good morning, Bobby. Bobby, you get your power on yet? I hope you did. Well, thank you for coming on by, Patty. Good, Bobby. Great to hear that, Bobby. I'm happy for you. Came on Thursday night. That's good. Good, good, good. Wednesday night, I fell asleep before Timothy John Luke's feed. Yeah, I bet you that hot shower felt so good. I'll be right back. I tell you what, if you guys really want a good airbrush right now, in my mind, for me, is this Evolution gun, the CR Plus from H&S, Harder and Stenbeck. Really, really, really good for the price. I don't. If the Comey is a lot better than that, then they have to be really good. But this one is so good. I love it. But like I said, right now I'm spraying the ink, and I think you could spray the ink out of any paint gun, and it'll be really awesome. But I do spray the Cretex, the Wicked, and all that out of that gun, and I have had no problems with it. Been really good. And plus I'm reducing the paint down a lot more and everything, but I'm still adding your 40, 50 to the paint and everything, and it's coming out really good. I guess what that point zero two or point two needle and that really feels good, but it really, in a way, it shouldn't matter. You should be just as good with the point three and all that should be the same way. But Right now, that Harder and Stenbeck gun is really shooting nice. I'm liking it. By shooting this ink and that, like I'm doing right now, it's just that's all I'm doing right now. It's just all ink, freehand. Cause I already traced everything with the pencil on here. Now I'm just going over, blocking everything in. So when I do the colors, everything will be a lot darker than that. All right, now let's get down to his boots. Want to get these areas up a little darker, so when I shoot the brown, I don't have to put as much paint layers on here. Did you get the Sotar? I heard about that one. It's supposed to be good. Only reason I pulled the trigger on this one is because it had came with the different needle sizes and that and the bigger cup. I like switching over to the bigger cup and that. And I like having the small cup because it's less paint to clean out and everything. And then with the ink, I could go further on a smaller. You can go really far on a big cup, but with the ink, you want to keep as little as possible in a way. I like when you have different things like that, different size cup. Uh, the you can control how far back you pull on the trigger from this area, stuff like that. Then, like I said, comes with different needle size. If I need the needles, because you know how all of us do, sometimes we bend them needles, and when you get extra needles, it's good to use in different cups, different paint guns. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. But you have that extra needle and nozzle to keep you working. So when they come like that, that's a selling point for me. Like I can't buy a Dacomey and it comes with different needle size and everything and nozzle. I have to order that separate and that costs you more money. But when you can set up a toolbox, you'll end up by getting brushes, airbrushes with different needle sizes and nozzles and stuff like that. You could build yourself up a toolbox where you have that with you at all times. And sometimes they do fit in different guns. And the Comey is an expensive gun in that you would think that it would come with different, some extra needles or nozzles and stuff like that to make up the difference. All right, so we're the shield down in here. We got it dark enough there. Got it dark enough there. Got it dark here. Oh, let me go. Let me go on the pylon and the guy off to the side here, the statue. Get some of these areas dark too. I just want to dust in some of the colors or just areas in that shadow areas because eventually I'm gonna like how you see it. It's got like a blue tint over the background and that. So I'm gonna need these areas to be a little darker with this ink and that. So now I can come over with the blue, dust around that, and dust around him. I need to lighten him up, so I need to we'll grab the eraser and just lighten him up a little bit. Lighten the whole area up just a little bit. Same thing with this pylon. Just lighten it up a little bit. I don't want to go near the torch area. I got the torch area. I got it, even the shadow. You can see the shadow right there. So I even did the shadow right there. But I'll still come in with the white and everything like that. Over 200 bucks, see? And then you get a gun like this, and to me, it probably shoots as just as good as a Tacoma gun. The way I'm feeling about this gun right now. Dan, there you are, buddy. That picture, I did watch Timothy John Luke's feed. Was it you that put that, sent him that picture? It looked incredible. Really awesome work, man. And JC, good morning to you, JC. Yeah, Dan, that painting looked awesome, man. I tell you, I like it a lot. She looked good. Take pride in that work. Master Dan. Yeah, that looked good. That looked really good, Dan. Really, really good. Oh, that was yeah, that was Blair. That was the Drew Blair's school. That looked really good. Yeah, I fell asleep before Tim's live feed started. I was surprised that I did see Tim on Steve Leahy, and then I like missed his channel. Of course, Thursday I had to get up early and go. I had to fast Wednesday night because I had to go give some blood. Because I had to get up early and go give the blood work done. See, now I come back over and just sharpen this up a little bit after I swiggle it. fix that up a little bit more later on. So now we come over to him. Down here at the basket. Now you see where I moved him over just to give it enough room for the block and then that as a shadow area. Just keep going on. Alright, so we wanted to do some of these dark, some of these light. Uh, I got like 2 steps, so we can go there. Yeah, this is all Tim, Tim's ink and that I'm using right now. I'm only using the light mixture. Believe it or not, that's only the light mixture that I'm using. It's pretty cool, Dan, shooting with it. 'Cause like you do your color over top of it, really dark, it'll darken up your color and you ain't gotta use as much paint by doing it this way. That's weird that it got a statue and it's got this going, look like a basket there, I guess, with the clothes and that. And it's the same thing. If you look over on this one, it looks like he's holding a bag. I don't understand these statues. Yeah, there ain't no white. It's just like 3 different levels of, or 4 different 3 or 4 different levels of color. They get darker as you do it. Cause this is a light. Then you got the medium, and then you got the dark mix, and we got the detail mix, and I'm sure that's a lot darker. So you graduate on up in that. It's from Tim. No white. But like I said, right now I'm just using the light mixture. And it'll go darker as I go, but for me, you see how dark it is as it is. I don't. need to go darker unless I'm doing a portrait or something like that. Alright, where's my basket? There it is. So we go dark down here. Alright, now his leg. I didn't think my paint gonna be hitting that. Oh well. Alright, they got this thing bugging me now. Gotta move them over. Yeah. And the way he holds his hand up like that. What the heck's that mean? You only got that much? I don't know what kind of statue it is. I think it's a Caesar statue. I'm not sure. ain't too bad. Gotta come back over it with another color, but ain't too bad. I'll be right back. Gotta use little boy's room again. And this chair, I got new chairs, really nice. Yeah, this chair that I have, uh, really good. Somebody was throwing it away. I was telling my nephew I wanted to get another chair because the other one was hurting my back. And I was telling my nephew that, and then when he left, he was riding down the road and he seen that somebody was throwing a table away and this office chair. And this chair doesn't have anything wrong with it. And he brings it on back. He says, "Here you go." Surprised the heck out of me, and they attached the chair for free. You never know. Goes up, goes down, tilts back, forward. You can even pump up the seat a little bit, pump just to put air in the seat or move something, and the seat will be all right. Feels nice and comfortable. I can lean back. It's got it's high enough where my head will rest on the top of it. And it looks like a really good office chair. I mean, it looked like it was in the manager's office. Manager must have got a new chair. Yeah, this is coming out good. I'm liking how the ink's doing and everything. So, turned out really good. I like how the statue turns up a little bit. But like I said, I got to come in with the other colors and everything. But this is like my first layer going around with everything. And with that paint gun and that, it's good. It's nice. That leopard came out really good. I have to buff it out, but I did clear coat the leopard. I gotta go ahead and sand it down and buff it, and check out if anything's wrong with it. But it'll buff out really good. You guys will enjoy that one. That was the easy one. It was easier than I thought. I got it done quicker than I thought. I thought I was gonna have to do show a feed on doing it, but I got the zooming in on it and went to town. And that Yeah, you like that? I mean, you can look at it close up and everything, JC. Uh, you can zoom in on it or whatever, but I can't really bring you to it. But you can see where I did like the whiskers and stuff like that. Have it down. The hair, I did like making the hair look around. And even the way his head's turned, I did the shadow line and everything like that. It turned out really good. Like I said, I'm going to sand it down, see if I can buff it out really good with the clear. I got clear on there, so we'll see how that goes. I'm really proud of it. That's another one I'm proud of. I used the Rattle Can Clear Coat. Yeah, here's what I used. 1K. It's pretty good stuff. Fast line, good stuff. It's high gloss, fast drying. Dries really fast. You put it on there. It's really good. It's got the nice spray nozzle on there. Really good stuff. To me, long as it's 1K or long as it's like 1K or 2K, doesn't really matter. Long as it's fat. Oh, good. It's strong. That frog painting, I got rid of, and I gave that to the guy and his daughter. But that came out really good. The frog painting. You guys remember that? That buffed out really nice. And it's like I said, it's just a little thing like this. Just use the rattle can clear. You're better off that way. You don't have it in your paint gun. Of course, I got a bigger paint gun. I can get some stuff and mix it up that way if I want to. But I like using rattle can clear. I have no problem with rattle can clear. It works just as good. I could have used the sealer, the 6000 if I wanted to, but I haven't gotten really used to using that sealer, the 6000 yet. It'll take it. And then with the rattle can't clear it. I mean, I ain't got to clean no paint airbrush out or anything like that. I got it right there. And sometimes I think that it's any kind of rattle can clear will work on your paintings. That even I even do it on the paper. I do the rattle can clear on there because you lock it down. Don't never forget to lock your painting down before you go to head and clear it. Lock it down with the 4050 and the 4021. Lock that painting down really good with that first. Then use your rattle can clear because I can spray the rattle can clear on here and wet sand it down and buff it, and it'll look just as good. I have hadn't had no problem doing it that way because I locked that paper down. The, and then on the other side of the paper, every time before I start my paintings on here, I lock it down with sealer first on both sides of the paper. So now your clear does not, the rattle can clear will not bleed through your paper because you already have it locked down with the sealer, the paper itself. But then when you go ahead and put your painting on there, you do that painting on here, you lock it down again with the 4050 and the 4021 before you shoot your rattle can clear. And I got the 4050 and the 4021 in a bottle like this. I spray it several times with this all over the color when the color's on there. And then I go ahead and let it dry for a good while. I mean, I might let it dry for a day or two, and then I'll shoot the Ford or the rattle can clear over it. And I have had no problem doing it. And I wait 2 more days after I do the rattle can clear on there before I do the wet sand and the buffing on it. And I don't really do wet sanding. What I use I kind of like a little buffer here. Let me pick it up and show you guys. I have this right here. It's my I use it as my little buffer. Got a flat pad on it. I put my I could put the 2000. I have a 2000 disc it'll fit on here, and then I have the sponge and all that. It does work. It works for me just as good as anything. Yeah, this is from Merca. Really good. Really good. And like I do the buffing and everything with that. It's electric. Yeah. I plug it in and use it. Yeah, Dan. If you guys want, I'll go ahead. We could do the leopard if you guys want me to go ahead and show you the steps that I do and everything. If you guys want, just let me know. Hey, Poco, glad to see you. You guys want me to go ahead and use it all, do it all, show you? It's brushless too, yeah. Here, let's go ahead. I'll show you guys what I do with it. We'll do the leopard painting because everybody's been. Let's see. Let's put this out of the way. This out of the way. Put that there. That there. No big thing. Let me point this straight down at the table. I'll get. This is my cutting board. I get the leopard painting down here. We'll have the leopard here. I'll show you guys how I do it. Um, I gotta plug that in. All right. Got that all set. Okay, you guys see here, this is the 2000 grit paper. This is from 3M. I'm not even sponsored by these guys. None of these people and that. All right. We'll grab this. Put the paper on here. Everybody sees what I'm doing. Now I turn it on. Just turn it on. I want to make sure it's at the low speed, down to low speed. And let's hit it. Quiet, doesn't make that much noise. I keep it flat. Try to keep it flat as possible. And it can just see what I got and see if it shows my leg. All right, now I take this part of it, and to clean it off, I just rub it across my leg like that. Now I cleaned that off. Now let's see how that looks. See how it looks. Take it, pick it up, look at it. Looks nice and flat. Flat in a way. I can see some things on there, but I'm really not concerned. You don't really be concerned about all that in a way. I could do it a little bit more. We'll do a little bit more. Remember, clean that off. I could take my take the rag. That's a microfiber rag. Just take it, get back over it just a little bit more. I try to stay away from the edges as much as possible because you don't want to keep doing that on the edges. All right. So I'll take that off of there. Now let me set it down here. Wipe it down again. I could do this, like I say, I could do this on paper, on my paper art too, and dry it off here, or not dry it off. And that's part of my wet sanding process. Uh, I could go ahead, take Scotch-Brite pad in a way, and just hit it lightly. Let the Scotch-Brite, don't push down on the Scotch-Brite. Just let it do its work itself. And it'll take out some more of the stuff that's up high, stick it up high. So we got that. There's my microfiber rag. Get back over it, wipe it down. And now it kind of looks like I got everything good. I could feel it nice and smooth. I feel some spots, but I'm not concerned about it. I'm not really concerned at all because I know if it feels nice and smooth, it's going to be smooth painting and that. So we put that there. Now, with the same machine, I got these three pads. I can use them. And that. All right. So now I have this is a heavy duty compound, not super heavy but heavy. You use it with the white pad. And then I have a gray pad. We have the gray compound goes with that. It's a swirl remover. That's what they call that one. So we keep that. And then I got a blue pad here. I have the blue. This is like a wax in a way. It's kind of a swirl remover. It's kind of the same thing. So we have all three of them, and all these are from 3M. So we have all them. And for the final thing, when I do it on here, I'm going to be using the synthetic wax. It's a synthetic wax protection. It'll shine everything up. So let's go ahead and do that step. I'll show you guys this step. So we got the white pad. Do this. I don't put. Everybody likes putting their compound and everything on the pad. I don't like doing that. I put it right on the surface. It doesn't take much, and just squeeze it out of here. Use the ketchup bottle and just squeeze. You can see how much I put down. Just that, just that a little amount. That's all I need. Now we'll do it. Up and I forgot to say. All right, you have plus and minus on here. I like bumping it up twice, so you'll see the light. You'll see the light blink. One, two. I bumped it up. As you hear it go faster, the faster you have it, the better off you are. So I go around there a little bit. Go around there a little bit. Just with that little bit. Now you'll see. Now I'll take this one off of here. But we'll come back with the rag. The same microfiber rag. So it's not bad. It's all right. That's still all right. So now we'll go ahead and we'll hit it a little bit more with the same thing, with the same compound, the heavy duty compound. Let's hit it a little bit more. Put that back on there. That ain't bad. That's good. That's what I want right now. All right. So I'm gonna brush that off a little bit. Now we're going to switch over to the gray pad. I'll switch over to the gray pad. Now the one thing with the gray, it heats up. So you want to be a little bit more careful with the gray. Because like I said, it'll heat up a surface because it's heating it to remove the swirl and remove some of that compound. It wants to remove that stuff. And it puts a shine in just as well, if not a little bit better. Hey, see how that looks. That looks all right. I want to hit it one more time with the gray. It's kind of right there. Whoop. Yeah. See how it is. So we'll hit it one more time with the gray. The gray. See, if I wanted to, after I sanded it, I could have just went ahead and throw another coat of clear on top of it if I'm not feeling it. But because the more clear you put on there, the more you can sand it down, and the more you can buff it and that. You can put more coat. You can put as much coat clear on it after you let it dry. Let it dry for a couple days, and you can come back and throw more clear on it. I could still throw more clear on it, even though I'm doing this step. But before I could throw more clear on it now, I have to get some wax and grease remover and remove this wax off of here. You see that? That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. See how it's got the shine. So now, we took that off. Let's do the blue. Put the blue on there. Get my blue pad. That should be good. good to load them right there like that. See that? Pick it up. Got your nice shine. And you guys see it? Now we'll take the synthetic wax. This all this what I'm using here, you can use on a car. I'll just put a little drop here. Whoop, too much. This you could probably, and then you could probably buy this in the store too. Yeah. I got it in my seat there. It's alright. Now I usually just take this. I don't use the buffer on this synthetic wax. Just take it, rub it in there, and it doesn't smell. It smells good. It smells all right. Just let it sit there for a few minutes. That's done. Oh, get this off the floor. Nope, I ain't doing it that way. I ain't using that rag to get that off the floor. I got a paper towel. Wax the floor. Alright. Now we go like this. Be good. That. There you go. I could buff it. I could end up buffing some more. Nice and shiny. There you go. That's it. I'll put it up there. Put it away for a little bit. And there you go, guys. That's basically it. Well, let me go ahead and set it up here for real quick. I'll set it up here. And there you go. That's it. Have any questions? Leopard painting. So there we go. The clear that I was using, Bobby, I used the Rattle Can clear. There's several different kinds, but I used the Rattle Can clear. That's what I used on here. And it's fast drying. So that's pretty good stuff. And then all the wax and compound that I used was all from 3M. 3M it's three different stages. It's the white, the gray, and the blue. And then the other wax. Uh, yeah, the pads and all that, they're all from 3M. Everything, all of that is from 3M and everything. So it's everything. And I could probably do some more buffing on this. I didn't want to bore you guys with that stuff. I hope you learned something on there. Really good stuff to do. Uh, and like I said, everything's from 3M on that. Good stuff. I don't have no problem with 3M. I did go to Mother's at one time, but Mother's was uh, the same basic thing. It's three different steps you got to do with Mother's wax or any other wax of that. Have you used 3M brushless sanders, Mike? The brushless sanders, I used you can use different kinds of sanders. I have cordless sanders. Here's my um, Milwaukee, and I can use that if I want to. It's a powerless, cordless, brushless, and all to you can use that. But I prefer, really, guys. I'm telling you, the Merca machine works really good. You will enjoy it. You just have to watch your speed on it. Watch that speed. To do the buffing part, you want to bump it up too. To do the sanding part, keep it down to zero or minus all the way. But it works really good. I like that Makita. This Makita work. It works really good, guys. You really, it's like I said, it's electric, but it works good. I mean, I have one over after the painters when I was working there. The painters would get done with their car and that, and it would come to me to buff them. And I used to buff all the dirt dips out with just this. Every dirt nip on the side of the pan, all the way down from the fender all the way back to the quarter. I got out all the dirt nips and sanded it and buffed it with this alone. And it works good. I have used this for many, over 5, 6 years or something like that. I was using this, and the only thing that I had to replace was the cord. Because you think about the cord is where it goes up and down, drags up and down, and the cord would go bad eventually. And then it would get so twisted up that the wires inside got twisted and that, and that's what went bad on it. But you could, and the cord's easy to replace. All you could do, let me show you. Let me see. Yeah, it has a thing on the back of it, and you pull it off, replace it, and this is still good. Just replace that cord, put it in there, and you got a cord again. So no problem about having one of these. Really good, really good. I cannot say any more about it. I enjoy working with that. And most of the time on this Makita, only thing I had to do was replace the cord, and it worked really good. I have the rattle can clear and all that, Dan. I have gotten on Amazon. They send it to you. And this Makita buffer and that I got it on Amazon also. It's a little pricey, but it's well worth it. It'll last you for years and years. I got all most of this stuff before I retired. Rattle can clear, like I said, Amazon has it. They have different types and that. You can get it from Amazon. Amazon has, they got the 4K and stuff like that. Rattle Clear, not bad to use. I had the other one, but I don't have it now. Dude, I don't have it now. There was a golden one I had before. Hey guys and girls, when you do your rattle can clear and that, you should be in a well ventilated area and that. Uh, what I always do is take my, I'll show you. Let's do this. Now, remind you, this is a clapboard painting with the leopard in that. A leopard painting. Take it, put it on there. I have tacks right here, these tacks of that, and I'll take it, put it on here, like that. No, not that way. That way. That way. And then I'll take the painting, put up really close to it. Then I'll take the other tacks at the other end. And I push it towards that one. And I push it there. Same thing. Put one. Push it there. Push it down to there. And then you just take one on each side. Push it in. There. Push it there. Now the painting won't move or come off or anything like that, right? Oh, I didn't show you. Sorry about that. I didn't show you on camera. Dumb Mike. But I have the tacks. I push it in, push them down. I have it on here. Now, when you do your rattle can clear, I could take this and my rattle can clear and walk outside the door there and spray it down. And spray it down with the rattle can clear. It's a well ventilated area outside. I don't really care if bugs fly on there and lands on there or anything like that because I might be putting another coat of rattle can clear over top of it. So you just do it that way and just get a piece of cardboard, a nice double wall cardboard, and do it that way. It works perfectly. So that's how I do that. And just Get yourself a bunch of these clear ones and do it like that. When you do the clear coat, like I said, when you do the clear coat, do it out. If you're going to do the rattle can clear, do it outside. Put it on a piece of cardboard like that. This, and you're out in a well ventilated area. You're outside. You're not spraying it in the house or garage or wherever you're at. You're out in the open. That's every time I use a rattle can clear. I am in a well ventilated area. This clear that I have here, it dries quick too, so it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to spray it on there and everything. And then while you have it on that cardboard like that, you can see when you have your painting or whatever, if it's on the board and that, you can move it around to see what kind of coverage you got. Uh, yeah, 2K clear is good. Who, Poco wrote that? Yeah. Yeah, now they have 2K. Yeah. This fast line, it dries real quick. Real quick. And I still, even though that I'll spray that clear on there, give it a few minutes because and the good thing about shooting this on the cardboard and that you can feel how tacky it is on the cardboard. And I give it a couple days. Any clear that I use, I always give it a couple days to dry out a little bit or dry out some before I start my buffing and that. And before you cover, after you buff it and that, you should give it another couple days for that to cure before you put any cover over top of it. 3 inch. I believe it is, Dan. Buffing pads and everything. I have it written down somewhere. Let me see. I'll get you the numbers. I think I still have it in the one spot. All right, I do have it, Dan. You're in luck. The number of everything. Uh, the number of all the stuff that I use. Where are we at? The sandpaper, the 2000, the number on that is 3366. The 3000, oh, and I didn't do that. Heck, I forgot all about that. Let me do this. I'm going to show you, like, I break it, it breaks on down. The 2000, that's the number on it. These are all 3M. The 3000, because I didn't break when I sanded that down, I did not, all I did was the 2000. I didn't break it down with my, like here's the 5000. Yeah. That's why it didn't buff out that good to me. And here's the 3000. These are from 3M. And that's, well, point you down at them, at the boxes. I didn't break them down. We did the 2000, and we were supposed to go to the 5000. That's the 5000. And it fits on the same thing on the Merkle machine. 5000 or the 3000. And you got the 5000 paper. Because time you get down to the 5000 paper, this 5000 and that, uh, you have a really super smooth paper. I mean, super, the the painting will be super smooth, and when you go to the buff and that, all the pads and all that will be so easy. But these don't have numbers. Okay, so the compound, these are the three compounds. And I got, it should be four. Okay, 2000. Oh, one of them, I think the, let's see, what I do with that? That's 5000. One of these is 1500. One of the papers is 1500, and this is 2000. Okay, so this is the 2001. I think this one down here is the 15. One of them 1500, and one of them's 2000. I can't remember which one it was, but the compounds. These are the numbers on the compound bottles. And it'll be, yeah, that's the numbers there. The pads are right here. These are the pad numbers. Your white pad is 341. Your gray pad is 342. And then your blue one is 300 and 403, I believe that is. I believe that is 403. Yeah. Always make sure your spray gun is good and clean. And rubbing alcohol works good on this stuff. But I find that that airbrush cleaner thing, I have that stuff somewhere. But I do rubbing alcohol. I've been buying that a lot instead of the airbrush cleaner gun. I have that somewhere. I might even be out of that. Yeah, no matter what, it's still all cuts. No matter how many layers. If you do your layers, you should do the layers like three coats. Your your first bit will be like three coats. Then it's good to wait another day and sand it down, and then do your other. You could do three more layers after that, and that way you let that one sit for several days, and then you start your wet sanding and buffing and everything. They call it wet sanding and that. I do the dry. I could do that with that 2000 with the Merkin machine. I could do that wet. Just takes a take a spray bottle like this and spray it with the water a little bit on there and take the 2000 paper and just do it that way. You could do it that way if you want. And it's not necessary to me. For me, it's not necessary. I know how far to take it and everything. Like you take that rag and you wipe it off, you can see if you got it all out. Your main thing is you want to keep it as flat as possible while you're doing your sanding. I don't, I don't, I don't think they, I don't think they have any different hardness or anything like that. The more you let it dry, the better off you are. Yeah, you did 3 coats, and then, like I said, sand it and go on. You could buff it out, or you could go ahead and sand it. You could sand it later on down the road. I mean, if you're going to keep that painting around with you, you could still sand it later on. But like I say, you want to get a wax, a grease remover, wipe all the buffing part off of it, and then sand it again and re-clear it. Nope. Nah, I don't have no problem with the paper cracking and nothing like that. Uh, let's take. Alright. Now, if you fold the paper completely and if you fold your paper completely to where you run your finger across it and that, it might crack then. I don't know. But I could take this paper, like I did the artwork on it, and you can see it's not cracking or anything. But I really haven't cleared this one yet. This one is locked down with the 4050 and the 4021, and I have it like that, and it doesn't crack. I have no problem with like I said, the 40, the 4050 and the 4021, and it'll be the same way. It's the same way. I don't have no painting here where I have the clear coat on it yet. Uh, I did have one come back to me for somebody did. They folded. I mean, they really folded it, and it did mess it up and that. Oh, that was the one. No, I don't think it got folded. The post office messed it up in their shipping and that. Because I ended up redoing that guy's painting and that, and didn't charge him. I was like, whatever. Because you could tell the post office messed it up. I could have got the money back, but I hate going through all that crap. I haven't had no problem. Like I said, I haven't had no problem with the flexing on the clear on my paintings and that. Like I just showed you, it's the same thing that I have done with it. Like I say, you lock that paper down on both sides. You should not. I don't think you will. I'll check, Bobby. I will check it out and see. I'll check it out one day. I'll do some kind of weird painting. I'll just do a test. It doesn't matter. I'll show you. There. Um. All right. Let's put this stuff away. Hit that. Put all these pads back in here. I got. And when I put my pads away, I like doing it from because this pad's going to be the first one you use. I like doing that, and that. I like having the white one down the bottom. If anything should fall, metal chippings or that, I'd rather be on this blue one because I could blow this one off, and you don't do it as heavy. You want this one to you could push down or whatever. I put the pads away that way. These back up in here. There. I put my compounds away, waxes away. That, that, that up here. That. All that. Uh, I need to get some more microfiber rags and that. That, that. Well, like I said, you can buy this stuff from Amazon, guys. Let's see what we got. Let's get back up here. Oh, the paper I use is completely different from your Blair. I don't, I don't know. Like for me, it's different. I'm different. I do what I know that works for me, and fine. I probably should be doing stuff differently, but this has been working for me for a while. Long as I'm using the sealer, Audubon sealer, and stuff like that, it's working. I use bristle paper. And this is all my artwork gets done on this. It's 100 pound, and like I said, it's yeah, Bristol smooth, Bristol. I like using this. Like I said, it's 100 pound. 270 grand. That's 20 sheets, and not buy this all the time. That's what I do everything on. Uh, my clear doesn't sink through or anything like that. Uh, and then, like you seen the last couple, the the leopard I did on the clay board and that, so that was pretty good. Yeah, everybody has their preference. That's the whole thing. We all have a preference. It doesn't. I mean, we all want certain effects and everything. Yep. I mean, we all want it all. As long as we're doing artwork, that's it. Everybody has a different method. Like I said, the buffing method, I've been doing. I'll be right back. But guys, I tell you what, the buffing method, I was doing that for well over 20 years, and I have seen everything that there is of buffing. Um, Around here, the police cars are black, and end up that the county and all them, they end up bringing the police cars to me when they needed something buffed out or they needed them buffed. The county did. I mean, I was I was busy with all that crap. They got somebody took a black van of the county and they just bought the black van and they took it down a road that had trees and bushes in it, and they scraped up every bit of that black on that van. Brand new van too. It was like a 15 passenger van, and they got scratched up from one end to the other with going down that road, and they wanted to see if I could buff it all out. And I buffed it out and charged them a pretty good penny. But it's stuff, I've done it. Black is the worst ones to buff. Red is too. And right on, Bobby. You're right with that. But they bring them to me. Even the guys that be riding their motorcycles, they get a little scratch on there and bring it right to me. See if I can get that scratch out. Like with this Merkin machine, I got them little scratches out. People are like, here's some money. And I'm like, nah, don't worry about it. They throw it on my box or whatever. And I was surprised sometimes. Cars, the custom cars and stuff like that. And people loved it. I don't buff a scratch out unless it's the last resort. I don't wet sand scratches out. I don't I don't do that part. That's not my first attack at a scratch on a vehicle. Never. I go ahead and grab the buffer with the lighter compound. I'll take it with that blue compound first and see if that moves that scratch. If it doesn't move the scratch, then I'll go up to the gray and then I'll go up. If it still has it's not there out all the way, then I'll go to the white and try it. And if it doesn't do it, and then I'll just wipe it off with the wax and grease remover and then lightly hit with the lowest number of grit paper. The lowest number. What's the lowest number of the grit paper? Would be the 5,000. Work your way back that way to see if you get that scratch out. Right away, I could tell if I have to go with the wet sanding part or not. And now when it's just a little scratch in that, I will use water and the wet sandpaper. Wet sanding is like the last resort before you try to get a scratch out. And then nowadays on the cars that have the little scratches, you're better off going with your working with your wax first. You don't want to necessarily wet sand the car. New cars nowadays, because of they have a laser paint job. When you go into a body shop and get your car painted, it's not a laser paint job anymore. It's got a lot of coats of paint on there. So it's a lot more thicker when you go to the body shop. Nowadays, you try to stay away from wet sanding, the newer ones. And even some of the real old ones, because the sun nowadays has oxidized that clear coat on a lot of vehicles so much that you see it turning white. So you don't want to mess with them too much. There's some cars that people want me to buff because it's so old and I have to turn them away. All right, let me get back to some of this. How long we been on here, guys? Oh, guys, I tell you what, we're gonna have to call it quits on here. I didn't realize I've been on this long. I hope you all learned something today. I thank you all for coming on by. You all have a fantastic day. Hit that like and subscribe for you. It's on in the background. I didn't say nothing. Those of you who are watching this video later on, it'll be up on uh, YouTube and that. Hey friends and all that. I just showed you guys a demonstration of what's added and buffing and that. I'm sorry I forgot about doing the 3,000 and the 5,000, but we did it. And so you could show everybody the steps it takes for the wet sanding and buffing and that. And we did some ink work on here and that. So show you guys that. And I'm glad you all got to see and everything. You all have a fantastic day. Hit that like and subscribe. Tell your neighbors. Tell everybody. The other artists and that. All right. Bye.